Hey everybody, it's Anita with Better Love Movement. So I have not done girl chat for a while, so we are overdue. There are so many things that I want to chat with you ladies about, but one of those things is something that I have seen come up over and over and over in the last few weeks, and it is this idea of carriage before marriage. It is this idea of house before spouse. Let's go a step further. It is the idea of the dinghy before the ringy. Okay. And maybe not all of this applies to all of you. Okay. So if you don't plan on abstaining until you're married, okay, then I don't want you to focus on that. But here's what I do want you to focus on. I want you to focus on not being a free wife to a man who has no legal contract with you. I want you to stop allowing a man to pacify you by buying you a ring that looks like a wedding ring, or let's go here, it may even be an engagement ring under the guise that, okay, we're going to move in together. We're going to buy a home together. We're going to have children together. We're going to get a dog together. But there is no legal contract between you. What is the legal contract, you ask? It's marriage. It is legal marriage. It is getting the license to get married. It is appearing before a judge or a pastor or a preacher or a minister and taking those vows and having them sign off on it, and it being a legally binding agreement. That guess what? You nor the man can walk away from. You nor the man can just up one morning and say, you know what? I don't want to be married anymore. And then go off as if, that didn't happen. If you marry somebody else, you'll be a polygamist. But ladies, I don't care what year it is. I don't care that, people are saying marriage is antiquated, that it's just a piece of paper, and it's 2021, and we don't need the legal contract. We don't need the legality of marriage, right? You're shooting yourself in the foot. That's what you're doing, and hobbling down the road. And why would you want to do that to yourself? Why would you want to do that to your children? Why wouldn't you want to give them legal protection, or give yourself that? Like, help me to understand why you believe that being with a man, and let's say you fell in love with him, and let's say he loves you. I'm not even going to go there. Let's say you love each other, right? And this man wants to be with you. And he then offers up, well, let's buy a home together. Let's move in together. Let's live together. No, we need to go a step further. Even buying the home together, all that's going to do is be a pain in your neck when you want to be free of this person. You have no legal rights to them, but now you have to go through selling a house. So make that man your husband. That man needs to make you his wife. That's what should be required. Like, here's the thing I want you to truly let sink in. When you are acting as if, when you are playing house with a man, you are determining your level of worth to that man. And can I say it? When you allow a man to have every single part of you without that legally binding contract, you're selling yourself cheap. You are. You're willing to give him a free wife. And hashtag no free wife. I want you to head over to the website, betterlovemovement.com/products, and get yourself the t-shirt. I am going to start marketing this shirt again. I've already marketed no free sex for all of my ladies who want to abstain until they're married. I've already marketed, must have ring to ride this thing. Now, apparently, I need to market hashtag no free wife. You're out here performing the duties of a wife to a man who will not give you his last name, to a man who will not come under a legally binding contract with you for your protection, for your children's protection. And here's what I think is so interesting. I'm seeing more and more people say, well, we have kids together. I'm willing to, he's willing to get me pregnant. He's willing to have children together. And you're thinking because that means your DNA has intermingled and that's a forever thing, man, that don't have anything to do with him staying with you. Please, ladies, please don't sit here and tell me after the millions of women who have laid down with a man and had a baby by him, and he has not stayed. He has gone about his business over and over and over. And you're actually telling me that you believe that's going to get him to stay when it didn't millions of other times? Come on. You cannot be that naive. Require that a man go through the orderly steps to be with you. I require that a man go through a set of orderly steps in which to be with me. So I am not living with a man who is not my legally binding husband. I am not, and for me, I don't even include engagement. Some of you say, well, when we get engaged, engagements can be broken. As a matter of fact, when my then husband proposed to me and we got engaged and we were living together, right? Because we had to move out of state. We were living together. And then 9 months, I think 9 months had passed. And we were doing our premarital counseling, and he admitted in like the 4th or 5th session that he did not want to marry me. That he didn't want to marry me. He gave me a ring to get me to come with him, to move to another state, but he did not want to marry me. And guess what I did? I went home from that session. I called my father. He brought my brother and a U-Haul truck, and they packed me up and moved me back home. So even the engagement ring is not a legally binding protection. The only thing that will do is if the wedding gets called off, you'll get to keep a ring, right? Because he gave you that ring in good faith. And if the man calls off the wedding, he doesn't get his ring back. So all you will get is a beautiful piece of jewelry. But do not sell yourself cheap, ladies. I'm seeing this over and over. And what is an abomination to me, I'm seeing women come into my office or I'm coaching them. They have on a ring, right? They are living with a man. They have a baby with him. The man doesn't have on a ring. Man doesn't have on a ring. So lock, stock, and barrel. She is completely off the market. Her options are done. Her options she has no options. And why? God forbid if he die, let's go there. If he dies, what's going to happen? Will you automatically get what is his? I don't think so. If he is incapacitated, if he's in an accident and incapacitated, do you have the legal right to make decisions regarding his medical care? So please don't do it to yourself. Please be smarter than this. If you're part of leveling up your life, if you're a part of becoming that healthy feminine energy woman, right? A feminine woman, she protects herself at all costs. She protects herself and her heart. She protects her assets. She protects her children. That's why this is so important. And you putting this, carriage before marriage and house before spouse and all of this, you're not protecting yourself. In the book, Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you. Chapter 13, your number one responsibility. You want to know what that is? You got to get a copy of the book. That's what we're talking about here. So ladies, don't do it to yourself. Have requirements, have standards, have boundaries for yourself. And for me, That boundary is, there will be no living together until I'm married to you, till I have your legal last name in that legal contract. Okay. There will be no babies. I can't have any more babies anyway. That's null and void. Okay. There will be no sexual intercourse prior to being married to you. Okay. That's my personal standard. That's my boundary. Because again, I know the woman that I am. I know my worth. And a man is getting an amazing woman, an amazing, wonderful woman of God. And beyond, right? So what do I always say? I'm the Rolls Royce. I'm the Rolls Royce. You know what it is? It's a name known around the world. The quality, the class, the distinction. And there are no test drives because you know what it is. You know how much it costs. You look in your little wallet and see if you can afford it. And then you go with the intention on buying it. You don't go to the Rolls-Royce dealership to look. You don't go to the Rolls-Royce dealership to test drive. I got to think about it. Don't set foot in here unless you know you want a Rolls-Royce. You want a quality automobile. You want class. You want style, right? So, you get to decide your worth and value. And just know that when you do these type of things, when you're out of order, and every time it catches up to you, every time, I can't tell you how many clients I've had, they come in, they tell me their story, it's all out of order. And guess what? They want me to make it right. And I just be like, so you put the cart before the horse and everything else, and now I'm supposed to make it right? Like, you're out of order. You're out of order. And that's why, you ran off the road. And I believe that we can make it right. But I'm trying to catch those of you who haven't even gone that far. Have standards for yourself and make up your mind. I am not intermingling my life, my things. I'm not moving in with a man. I'm not doing that. All you're doing is, to me, you're complicating the possible breakup factor. At least if I am legally married to you and this marriage does not work out, if he acts up, if I act up, if this marriage does not work out, okay, I'd still have to go through the process of probably have to sell our home. One of us would have to buy the other one out. We'd have to split our assets or what have you, but I am at least legally protected. I'm not just left out there high and dry. So in other words, he can't put me out of the house. He can't keep me from getting any of the profit of the house. Oh, no. A judge will determine that. He can't just disappear and, those aren't my kids. No, if they're born within this union, they are. So it's a legal protection, ladies. And I want each and every one of you to have it all, So please, there will be no carriage before marriage. There will be no house before spouse. There will be no dinghy before ringy. Okay? Have standards for yourself. But don't sell yourself short like that. There is an old saying, my great-grandmother, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? I don't care what year it is. That saying is priceless. It will never go out of style. And please, do not let a man, okay? Do not let a man try to convince you otherwise. Because my sweet lovelies, do you see how that benefits him and doesn't benefit you? A healthy feminine energy woman protects herself. She looks after her own interests. And only when she's married, right? So I've told many a man this. Only when I'm married will I, consider your needs, wants, and desires. But this idea of you're trying to sell me on, we should live together. We should buy a house together, have kids together, buy a dog together, and we're not married? Oh, no. Single until married. I am going to protect me. And once we're married and there's trust and love and respect there and cherishing and devotion and leadership, then I will allow you to protect me. I will require it. I will expect that in your healthy leadership, that you will have my best interest at heart. But if you're not my husband, no, please don't do it to yourself. Do not allow a man who is not your legal husband, who does not have a legal contract with you. Please don't let him determine what is best for you. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Don't do that. So we needed to have this girlfriend chat because, I mean, the past few weeks, I have seen so many ladies make these mistakes. And again, they're now coming to me, or the couple is coming to me, and I'm like, you're out of order. You're out of order. And for those of you, because there may be a few of you that may look at this and say, well, I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in marriage. Okay, well, this platform may not be for you then. Okay, and that's okay, because I'm going to advocate for marriage. I'm going to advocate for strong, healthy families. I'm going to advocate for a legal contract marriage. I'm going to advocate for building healthy communities. So this platform may not be for you, and that's okay, right? There's other platforms out there that maybe they're cool with you all living together. They're cool with all of that, but that's not me. So I'm okay with that too. But I'm sorry. I personally believe that you need that legal contract. It protects you. It protects you. And I can go here. There are a lot of people who ask me all the time how I feel about prenuptials. I don't have a problem with it because, again, I believe it is a form of protection. It's a legally binding contract that is put in place to protect the two of you. Yeah, what's the difference? And then for the ladies who don't like the whole prenuptial thing, but marriage is no different. It is a legal contract that's put in place to protect you. It's no different. So that if the man wants to say, hey, I want to bring a prenuptial, it's the same as the marriage. It is a legally binding contract that I guess is put in place to protect him, but you can talk about the terms of that contract so it can protect you. Okay, so no, it's not the end of the world. If a man came to me, we had a wonderful relationship, we loved each other, we both have assets, and he says, I'd like for you to sign a prenup. No problem. I'm going to have my attorney look over that prenup. I'm going to have say in what's put in that prenup, and we are going to negotiate. That's what healthy relationships are. You all believe that a healthy relationship is just about the romance. And it's not. A healthy relationship is about negotiating. It's reciprocal. Both parties are getting their needs met. So please, lay down this overly romantic, idea of relationships and marriage. You need some hardcore skills. And when the next book comes out, July 1st, we're going to talk about those skills. We're going to put to bed all of this, marriage is champagne and chocolate covered strawberries and sex all day. And no, it's negotiating. It's sacrifice. It's, service to the other person. It's not all fun and games. It's not all romance. But if you marry your best friend, if you marry someone you actually like, it can be the greatest thing ever. So this was a great chat. If you found value in this video, please subscribe to the channel. As I said before, this channel may not be for you. It's not for everybody. But if you found value in this video, in these girlfriend chats, in the podcast, and any of my other products or services, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified when a new video gets uploaded. Please share this video to anyone you think could benefit from it. I would so appreciate that. I am trying to grow the YouTube channel so that I can create more free content. Thank you so much for listening, my lovelies. And as always, stay open to love. Doesn't it feel good when you have found the man who truly loves and cherishes you? Everything in the world is a little bit brighter. Well, This can happen to you, especially when you have the skills to choose the best man for you. Order your copy of the new book, Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you, today on Amazon.